Welcome to Dark Energy Support. In this video, we're going to show you how to properly and easily assemble the 2026 product display for retail. When you unbox this display, you will notice that there will be 3 pieces as well as a little bag of tools and screws. The POP can be broken down into this piece right here at the forefront, which is the base of the display. And this little piece back here will be the product display in and of itself. And then sandwiched between those 2 pieces is a brand image or the image for the display to help attract customers to the display. And then there will also be, like I said, a bag of screws as well as some tools. Speaking of tools, no outside tools are necessary to assemble this POP, and this POP can be assembled with 1 person, but we would recommend 2 just for the sake of making it easier. Assembling this POP is broken down into 2 steps, and we will cover those 2 steps now. Step 1 of the assembly is to connect the base of the display with the product display. For this process, you're going to need both the base as well as the product display, and then 4 of the screws from the tool bag. I'm going to personally assemble this as if it was just 1 person, but again, if you have 2 people, it'll go quicker and easier. I'm going to now show you how to orient these 2 pieces for the best way to assemble. The best way for assembly is to kind of move the base out of the way, and then we're going to take the product display, and it's currently oriented like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. Now with the product display flipped over, we have now oriented the base of the display to be kind of towards the back, as you can see here. So once again, you're going to want the thin piece of plastic like this, and then the longer piece of plastic like this. The next step that makes this the easiest is what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and you're just going to flip it on top of the product display. Okay, you can now see that I have taken the base of the display and flipped it up so now that it is laying on the product display. When aligning these 2 pieces for the screws and to ensure that they are securely fastened to each other, we would recommend that these 2 pieces lay flush or roughly flush on this side. And then when you rotate it around and you're looking at it from this side, let me get out of the way so there's no shadow, we would recommend going in about 1/4 of an inch. This will aid in aligning these screws a little faster. When it comes to attaching these screws, there may be a little bit of finagling you'll have to do to align the 2 holes between the 2 pieces, but once you find that hole, it's easy enough to screw in. We would recommend doing this one as well as the other edge first. Then these other 2 screw holes will go in relatively easily. As you can see here, I've already put in the 2 screws. Just as a little bit of information, there really is like no screw head, no Phillips or flathead up here. Finger tightness is adequate for this POP. Due to the fact that this POP is not overly heavy, these can just be finger tightened as tight as you can get it, and that'll be adequate. Now for the second and final step. This step, we are just going to attach the branding image to the top of the product display and base of the display. So for that, I'm going to show you how to orient this once again as if you were assembling this by yourself. Once again, if you have 2 people, it is far easier. The first step is to orient the brand image this way on the table. So as I would recommend, you can see that there are the 4 little screw holes. Have those closest to the edge of the table. So once again, with the brand image oriented with the image down on a flat surface, with the screw holes facing the edge of your table, I have now placed the product display and base of the display onto the brand image in this manner. Now again, due to the fact that I am doing this by myself, I have this aspect of the display kind of being supported by just an office chair that I grabbed. Once again, if you have 2 people, you can have 1 person holding this while the other person puts in the screws. Once again, there will be 4 screws that will need to be placed into into these holes to once again securely attach the image of the display with the product display and base. Again, there'll be a little bit of finagling just to ensure that the holes are lined up, but again, these pieces aren't too heavy, so you should be able to do it easily with 2 people, and with the aid of an office chair, you should be able to do it with 1 person. Once again, when it comes to securely fastening these screws, finger tightness is adequate. And once you have all 4 of the screws securely fastened, the POP is ready for the show floor. This is how the point of purchase display should look on your show floor. Aside from the fact of the missing product, yours will come with product attached to the product display already. This is once again just a sample, and so no product is in there. But once again, this is the point of purchase display fully assembled and ready for the show floor. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to support@darkenergy.com, and we'd be happy to answer any questions or address any issues that you may have. Thank you again for tuning into this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.